Good day, everyone. Before I will proceed, let me introduce myself to all the listeners and watchers out there. I am Rebelus Cordano, a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science student at AMA Online Education, taking the course 6102, which is the Contemporary World. Today, I will discuss the documentary that I've watched in Netflix, which is The Social Dilemma. I will discuss the social phenomena that have, contributed to globalization nowadays. Social media platforms have massively influenced the changes in psychological, political, and religious views of humans around the world today. On a positive note, the tools have contributed to humanity. It has a great contribution to humanity. It makes people miles away from each other closer, like for example us, the OFW. These tools help us to communicate with our family in the Philippines on a regular basis virtually. Means we communicate them using Facebook, specifically in Facebook. We can communicate them using the Facebook Messenger virtually. We can talk to them anytime we want, using the vid, uh, Messenger video chatting. It it is also the easiest way of delivering information anywhere in the world for free. On this social media, we gather we gather information about what is happening on the other side of the world and in our neighboring countries. We understand the different cultures, beliefs, and ethnicity of one country. These media platforms were able to inform were able to deliver information, either it is factual or misleading. It delivers faster than it delivers faster than any human could ever imagined. The recent invasion of Russia in Ukraine borders spreads like wildfire globally in just 2 to 3 hours after Joe Biden announces Russian plan inva- uh, announces the planned invasion of Russia to Ukraine. In global economy, these platforms are the most prominent tools for an effective way of introducing, promoting, and trading products anywhere in the world. These tools also trigger polarization in the politics of a country. Why? Because the users of these platforms can either circulate misleading information to every party, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube's are fundamental sources of information about a particular candidate. It may be factual or fake news. Let me cite the Philippine politics as an example. The upcoming 2022 election brings chaos and separation of people because of their political choices. Most of the Filipino people gathered information of certain candidate in social media, specifically in Facebook. The information gathered by the users who have read or watched can affect their choices of whom they will vote for. All of these are some of the contributions made by the social media globally. Now I will discuss how these platforms manipulate, control, and cause social dysfunctions in society. How are we closely under the spell of the people created a seemingly perfect technological creation that humans have ever made? Based on the social dilemma video that I watched, this platform manipulate users through their psychological interests and capabilities. How can I say so? This platforms has all its weapons that could keep us checking our mobile devices from time to time. On Facebook, When we upload our pictures, there is that like buttons that we think elevate our social status. The more likes we receive, the more motivated we are to upload more pictures, but without knowing that it lessens our self value. Now I will proceed with how these platforms contributed to social chaos and dysfunctions. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagrams are the source of fake news, promote social violence, normalize sex exploitation, etc. We can watch and read all this on any websites. The most vulnerable of these are the young because there are no such regulations that limit these platforms on what they let them view. The parents cannot control what their children are watching or reading. In this case, they have no control over how these tools help it develop their children's mentality. The parents' inability to understand how their children strive to emulate what they see on these platforms. In the Philippines and in the world today, misinformation about COVID-19 vaccines makes it hard to prevent or stop this pandemic from spreading. Conspiracy theories regarding the effects of vaccines are everywhere in social media sites, and people tend to believe this misleading information that circulates into these whole social media platforms. People do not know which is the truth or which is fake about the information gathered. There is no tools in these social media sites that recognize which is fake and true. So one of the example of this is those news circulating in the Philippines today that the vaccines the vaccines can cause people to death. So that's why people are afraid to get vaccinated because they are afraid that it will cost their lives or it will cost the lives of their families. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something from our discussion, and I hope that everybody would supervise, especially the parents out there. I do hope that you check what your children are watching or reading on their mobile devices, because what these media platforms feed their minds will affect their psychological, mental, and social views. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. God bless and keep safe. Always practice social distancing. Thank you. Bye bye.